What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Mariano. His opponent today, in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is reDo. The map is Oasis. His best of 5 exhibition match of sorts, showing off the new overhaul patch. We've had a very good series here, very, very hard fought, very dominant games thus far in this series though. And as we're going to hopefully see a more drawn out game in this one of the big things here is, well, we have seen Ra already in this series. We have seen Zeus in this series, but very, very different matchups to what we've actually seen here. So we'll see what reDo is going to actually be able to do here. I haven't seen reDo playing Ra yet on this patch, or actually even just in general. I haven't seen him playing a whole lot of Ra, so I'm excited to see what he's going to come up with. Personally, my opinion here of Ra is that Ra, that fast 2-town center fast farm thing that Ra players have been doing for an eternity, I don't think that's exactly meta, so to speak, on this patch. I don't think that's really the best way for Ra to play. Ra's being completely changed. You can still do the strategy nonetheless, but Ra's being completely changed, and you get that really, really strong Pharaoh in the Classical Age. You can be super aggressive in the Classical Age with things like Spearmen, things like Slingers, and all the other good things that happen. So we just had a little bit of an unfortunate zebra kill there, as reDo wasn't really paying attention to his villagers. But there's lots of options here, so I'm excited to see what reDo is going to start thinking about. As we do have a question here from Andrea Perlo asking about Oseberg Wagon. Now, Oseberg Wagon is a relic that is easily the best relic on Voodoo Balance Patch 5.0 on EE. It boosts your trade route, your caravans significantly. It was slightly nerfed. We've taken away the cost reduction, and now it's just a speed boost. So it's a nice late game relic for you where that's concerned, but it's not absolutely busted. We do see Grugnir Odin's Spear. This one has been buffed slightly. I believe it gives 10% hack damage now to your infantry units. And we've got the Eye of Horus. I love this relic. This relic is really, really fun now. What it does is it gives you line of sight in a similar way that Uranus gets line of sight. You know how you spawn in with Uranus and you can see all the town centers? It gives you line of sight of every gold mine on the map, which might seem busted. It might not seem busted. I don't know what your gut reaction to hearing that is, but it's basically just like, it's a scouting relic. It lets you see where all the gold mines are, so you're not going to miss a gold mine. Like that happens a lot of the time in these games. So it's just a nice relic to kind of prevent that from happening. If your opponent happens to be on that gold mine when you see when you put that relic in, like has a storehouse on there, you might see that storehouse as well, or anything that's surrounding that gold mine. You might see that as well. But then the line of sight goes to something that's looking like this, right? Looking like this. So you'll see the gold mine, but not much else. So it's an exciting one. As the temple coming up here for Mariano. I'm excited to see what Mariano is going to attempt to do here. Now, the big thing that I've tried to do to make Ra fun, or Egyptian fun, and not like a drag to play when you're playing against gods like Greek in the late game, because they don't have mercenaries, that because they've got that extra economy, it means they can put less population into the trade route, and they can still afford to get all their armory upgrades. That's supposed to be the idea. And they can still get to the late game. They can still fight against the overpowered Greek late game and feel like they're able to compete, even though they don't have the mercenary. That's the idea. I'm not 100% sure I've achieved that or not, or maybe I've actually achieved something completely different. But we'll have to wait and see. As reDo here, still eating up on this hunt. He is going through Ptah. We do see Athena coming through the Katoskopos, coming into this position. He's already been injured down to 30 HP, so even though he's got that 5 attack, it's not going to be that valuable. We do see the Grugnir Odin Spear actually getting grabbed up here by Mariano first. I like that idea. Extra, I believe it's 10%. Let me just 100% confirm that. It might still be 5%. where is it? As we do see a bolt there onto that Pharaoh super early. That is a very, very aggressive play from Mariano here, as you can't just empower this town center up after everything is said and done. We do see the priest going to be coming in here. This is going to be a big help to defend this one, though. It might not seem like it, but 4.2 damage per second and the extra HP, 117 HP, does mean that Jason is going to have to be a little bit more careful about its choices here, as the town center does look like it will be finishing up there. I can't find the Grugnir Odin Spear on my document here. I'm not sure where it is. But the town center gets up. reDo does lose his Pharaoh, which is a big deal. Shadoof is coming through. The goats are going to attempt to get moved over onto this position. reDo's already got himself the wood for everything he needs. He just needs to ensure he gets the gold in to build his farms. But that bolt onto the Pharaoh really, really hurt reDo. Great idea from Mariano, as he's gotten himself the second town center. And we'll see how everything's going to go now, as the relic getting brought back. As he's going to take down some obelisks and everything else. Does need to clean those up and deal with that as well. So we do see the villagers now onto the goats here. Husbandry, plow coming through as well for reDo, as the Odysseus going to be sitting out on this position. Potentially that is going to be a difficulty here for reDo to deal with. We'll see how he's going to go. 110 HP Pharaoh here against a 352 HP Odysseus. The tower is in range over here, though. And one thing that you can do very, very easily here, because you've got that 4.8 speed, is you can move in, get a little bit of damage onto the Odysseus, pull back, heal up with the priest, and then and defend that way. It's much easier for Ra to defend this kind of harassment, though we do see the Odysseus is actually getting hit quite badly by those towers. This villager almost getting taken out here. In fact, it will be getting picked off. Nice find there from Mariano, as we see a third town center now coming up for Mariano. And now the big question is, where to next in this matchup? Do you go for classical units here as Zeus? Do you go for a fast heroic? Do you go for a fast mythic? What's the plan? As it looks like another villager might be getting taken out here, as reDo, he's not paying attention to this one very well at all. He is in a very, very bad position moving forward, as Rain does get utilized here. He's getting himself that 12th farm, 13th farm over here. A very, very late heroic age is going to be coming in here, as reDo's got to be kicking himself for not better placing these houses on this position. As the villagers getting pulled back. Farms coming down here as well. Good control from Mariano on this Odysseus, as he's gotten his own farms up as well to just get on to this rain ever so slightly. It's just 3 farms, but 3 farms is still 3 farms. They gather really, really fast during the rain. As pickaxe coming through for reDo very, very late here as well. This is going to be a difficulty for reDo, and this is one of the things that, when I play Ra on 5.0, is one of the things that I really, really hate, is getting walled in, is being in this position where where I don't have access to the map. And these fast second town center plays, this meta fast second town center plays with Ra, it means that you can't really get out onto the map and defend everything and get your own walls set up and secure the map yourself. It's really, really quite difficult. Because you don't have that boosted hero that the Greeks have to defend the villages and do this kind of thing. But yeah, when you go for when you're playing Ra on this patch, if you go 1 town center or even go 2 town centers and build a barracks, you feel like you've got the economy to actually get out and make those trades and try and secure your corner, secure the trade route for the late game, and set up for those sorts of plays. As we do see Mariano pushing up onto this position here, checking out what's happening. He's getting himself the farms. He's getting himself the stables here. He's got himself the archery, the Toxotes, 55 villages to 41 villages there. As reDo does hit the heroic age, he's going to be getting that Migdol stronghold up. He's got a beautiful beautiful gold mine here on this map. There is a forest here kind of making life a little bit difficult, but he's got the wall up. He's got the forest, he's got the armor, he's got the Migdol stronghold. This is going to be able to help Mariano, help reDo really, really nicely moving forward in this game. Got a weird question from Tyres GF. Does Alt S not work on Overhaul? It does work on Overhaul. Definitely, as we do see a marker coming down for reDo, who might be attempting to rush the Mythic Age. Now, one thing that does come with the new Ra boost to his priests and his pharaoh and his heroes is that the Son of Osiris is also boosted. He is much, much stronger in a really big way. He's got a 5.5-ish speed. I can't exactly remember, but he's really, really quick. And he's got a little bit of extra armor, so he stays alive nicely. As we do see that reDo spots this villager building this wall, Alt-S'd by Mariano to try and get it up, as it seems like Mariano doesn't even care here. We might not want to start that wall. That one might slow things down there, as we do see the unit starting to push through on this position here. As reDo has to pull back ever so slightly. Medium archers on the way for Mariano. Plow also coming through as he needs to start farming. The big problem here for Zeus in this matchup generally is, especially on maps like Oasis, which you've got very, very low hunt, is that you end up really stagnating around the 12-minute mark when you need to get the farms up. And we are seeing that this is kind of what's happening, but Mariano is able to get those farms down nicely. He's utilizing his Hippocon to chase the chariot archers away of reDo, as reDo is pumping out his own units. His economy is powering ahead here. I will do a quick stock take of resources at this point, just to show you exactly how things are going here, as the resources kind of favoring Mariano at the moment, but as reDo going up through Osiris, Mariano hits his 80 villages. He's going to start getting those upgrades in. Mariano is going to pull even further ahead in terms of economy here. But Osiris is on the way. We do see that reDo is opting to take this fight, even though he's just spent 2,000 resources on a Mythic Age. Going to be pulling back for the time being. His chariot archer is going to be coming through. The big question is, will this town center ever be able to get grabbed by reDo, and how much value is he going to be able to get out of the Son of Osiris that he's going to be able to create here? This is going to be the big one. Apollo coming through, though, for Mariano in this position. Medium cavalry also coming in. No surprises there either, as Hand Axe and Quarry on the way for reDo. Now, Quarry is, unlike on 5.0, if you guys are aware of like how the animations kind of work with the villages and the upgrades. The Greek villages, they don't really have an awful upgrade that doesn't really do anything, as opposed to Egyptians that do. So, but now that the Egyptian villages are the same gather rate as the Greek villages, you can kind of just get all of the upgrades and feel like you're getting value from every single one of them, instead of just stopping kind of at Shaft Mine and Hand Axe, which is a weird thing to say, but that's how it works. As we do see the town center coming up, and look at this bad boy. 5.04 speed, 43% hack armor, 59% pierce armor to start off. That's before any upgrades. He is one strong unit, and this is going to be felt. The impact of this unit is going to be felt in this game, and we'll see if it's going to be enough to help reDo justify or bring back that economic deficit that's kind of been set in place by not having that 5% extra boosted empowerment rate on the Pharaoh, that 15% extra boosted empowerment on the priest. So, I mean, we'll see how it's all going to go, but all the upgrades coming through for Mariano as he is fully setting up to just go to the late game. Unfortunately, we haven't seen Mariano building any infantry here, so I don't actually get to see exactly what this Grugdir Odin Spear does, but nonetheless, gold mine secured. The next part here for reDo needs to be, how can he secure? He either needs to win the game, or he needs to be putting a thought into how does he secure a trade route, a corner trade route on this map. How does he secure the next gold mine, for example? And I think the best option here for reDo, for the most part, would be to be pushing up to the top side of the map there. As we do see a locust getting dropped down here. A couple of villages falling. Not the biggest of locusts for reDo here, but does manage to stop that fortress from going up as Hephaestus is clicked up Fortified town centers is clicked up as the army of reDo starting to march forward, starting to look like he wants to get some good damage put onto this location as the archer range going to get torn down over here. More units pushing forward here for reDo as he wants to get a forward Migdol set up. I like that idea. He doesn't quite have the resources for it. He has started himself a trade route. Not the best of trade routes here, but he is starting it. He can push up into this corner here and potentially put a market there as well as the siege tower is tearing this down. Migdol's stronghold coming up on this position as Mariano does not want to fight here at all. He wants the Hephaestus. He wants the upgrades that come from that. He wants everything he can before he takes this fight. He's got the economic advantage at this point, but he needs to spend all of those resources and get himself those units to compete with the Ra units that are here. Because now the Son of Osiris in a fantastic position, going to start getting some damage done, though all the units of Mariano are falling before that Son of Osiris even gets the damage off here, as the Mummy pushing forward will be able to start attacking the Manticore, but it looks like the Mummy's already used that special ability there. Restoration getting dropped here by Mariano as he's able to continue taking this fight nicely, pushing in onto this position here as that Son of Osiris still hasn't been touched, still getting huge amounts of damage here. We'll see if the attack is going to continue here, or if reDo is going to be winning this fight too hard with that Son of Osiris. Great garrison micro there from reDo, pulling that Son of Osiris back, only taking a touch of damage there as the Chariot Arch is getting torn down here. Mariano a little bit short on the gold here as he's spending a lot of it on these heavy Hippocons. Do we see Bellerophon coming out? Yes, we do. Bellerophon is a great counter to the Son of Osiris in these fights here, as the Toxotes starting to get some good damage done on the Chariot Archers, as we do see Mariano pushing forward onto this position. Great garrison micro yet again there by reDo as the Mariano Bellerophon pushes in, just jumps straight onto that Son of Osiris, and Bellerophon gets so much damage done onto Son of Osiris here, dealing 26 damage per second, though it is getting taken down. It is 400 gold, 6 favor, so a very, very expensive unit, as now Mariano breaking through here. Both players at their 80 villager population here as well, as the army breaking through. Do we see Forge of Olympus? It is coming through. Olympic parentage also coming through on this one, as the Colossus is going to be tearing down the Migdol stronghold here as well. Towers coming up here for reDo to boot here, as reDo going to be pulling back into this position, and we'll see if he can hold here or not. As the Spearmen trying to take out the Heliopolis. We've got the Son of Osiris almost taken out there. 10 HP remaining. As, I mean, such a difficult unit to keep alive. You've just, especially against Zeus with that flying Bellerophon, as the Heliopolis are doing crazy amounts of damage here. But the Spearmen, great unit choice here from reDo to hold this position. There's more units pumping in here. Both players still sitting fairly high on the population, but it looks like Mariano's upgrade advantage here is just proving a little bit too much for reDo. He's now dropped down to 140 population. He's lost his Son of Osiris, and he's lost that attempt at kind of holding or kind of winning the game with that push. And now he's in a position where he doesn't have security of a corner. He doesn't have the upgrades that he kind of really needs just yet to compete with the Hephaestus that's in from Mariano. He's lost his Mythic Age God power. But one big advantage of Osiris for Ra as well, though, is that he does get that upgrade to get 2 pharaohs. So he can actually go up to 40% boosted economy, or utilize those double pharaohs in his army to get a lot of value, as we do see the Underworld Passage coming in. Where is he going? He's going up to this position over here. Going to be trying to push off this gold mine. Great idea here from Mariano. reDo doesn't have a gold mine here at this point. reDo does not have a gold mine. After this gold mine gets pushed off, can reDo hold this position is the big question. Look at these medium Millos here as he's pushing forward to be taking out the cavalry, taking out everything on this position, breaking down all those units. There's no axemen here for reDo at this point. He's just not able to compete with this fight here, as Mariano going up to bronze weapons, bronze mail, bronze shields, and reDo has to pull back. Too much economy here for Mariano, as Mariano now breaking through, going to take out the Migdol stronghold. Look at these 48 gold Camel Caravan's really not cutting it as the villagers come through. Going to try and break down this gate here. We do see Mariano's already set up on the gold mine here as well. As Mariano gets some towers down on this position, about to start tearing down this town center. One of the hardest things to deal with is going to be how do you beat both Myrmidon and siege towers, because you want to be building basically, you want to be building axemen to deal with the Myrmidon, and you want to be building spearmen to deal with those Heliopolis. But you also need to be dealing with the Toxotes in the back as well. So you need chariot archers there, or maybe even slingers there to deal with those Toxotes. It can be a really, really difficult thing to deal with. There's iron weapons, iron shields coming through. Mariano is just pushing too far in front in this game as the villagers get drawn off of the wood line over here to try and shank down those Heliopolis. But reDo is just simply not able to hold on that town center and does decide to tap out in that position there. A very, very well played game by Mariano, showing that the boom of Ra, it does not quite compete with that 3 town center boom of Zeus. Now, there is a possibility here if reDo had kind of adapted this build a little bit and just went for a 3rd town center, realizing that so too was Mariano going for 3 town centers here. He could have gone for a 3 town center boom and potentially been in a better position. But that 2 town center boom just did not quite get reDo into a position where he could hold that crazy Hephaestus timing attack. Such value. He just didn't get the value out of that Osiris either. Just kind of lost it too much, and it just didn't quite work out for him. But a good win here for Mariano. Levels the series 2-2. We got a game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next game.